Hey there, comic book friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. The other day I went to San Jose Con. We have a haul. Let's take a look and see what I picked up. Alright, so I went over to San Jose Con. It's a little con. It takes place in a Holiday Inn ballroom or conference room. I guess it's not really ballroom because it's a Holiday Inn. But anyways, it's a large conference room, and they've been having this there now. This is the third year in a row. It was done as some counter programming to what used to be the big Silicon Valley Comic-Con, which had slowly started to become more of a tech and maker fair and cosplay show than actual comic book vending. It was taken over by a lot of pop and anime stuff, pop culture and anime stuff, I should say, and really there were very few comic book vendors there. So this guy who runs East Bay Con, a small con on the East Bay of the San Francisco Bay Area, he created San Jose Con to counter that. The local vendors all decided to go there and go. And a lot of these vendors are the vendors who go to the Berkeley Comic Show, which I've talked about a lot, which is done 5 times a year. So it's a lot of those same vendors. Really cool stuff. Great, usually pretty darn good pricing. The difference is that the Berkeley Comic Show is truly just comics, and the San Jose Con does have some toy vendors and some other stuff. Fortunately, it's not like a lot of current Funko stuff. It's actually more retro toy stuff. So there was like a vendor there who had all kinds of vintage lunch boxes, as well as Mad magazines and a lot of retro or old toys and loose figure stuff and that kind of things, as opposed to necessarily just the new modern stuff. Although there was a lightsaber vendor there. Anyways, regardless of that, the show, I don't have any video footage of the show to share with you because I brought my camera but I forgot to load the SD card into it, and so had recorded nothing. Anyways, room, people, comic book vendors, you kind of seen it. Alright, so is it a con if Rob doesn't pick up a Shogun Warriors #1? Fortunately, we don't have to find out because there we are. Shogun Warriors #1. Matter of fact, one of the guys who I've developed a really good relationship with, he pinged me ahead of time and said, hey, I'm bringing you some Shogun Warriors for you to look at. He had 2 copies, this one and another one, but it was a Whitman variant, and so I decided to pass on the Whitman variant and pick up just the one so I could have my obligatory Shogun Warriors pickup. Why? It's just pure nostalgia for me. I remember playing with these giant Shogun Warrior figures and the Godzillas with the rocket fists and everything else, and I just have fond memories of it, so I like to pick up the book. That's all. A couple Batman books for my my run that I'm working on. So this is Batman 245, Bruce Wayne murdered Paul. So this is a Neil Adams cover. It's probably, you know, mid-grade, but price was fair on these. So another Neil Adams cover, first appearance of Anthony Lupus. This is Batman 255, 100-page special. So, and the last one I picked up was 291. Who is guilty? So these are fun. These are actually, surprisingly, I'm finding it's harder and harder to find these books that I need for my run, because most people seem to bring 300s to there's some 300s. I'm seeing a lot of 400s, 500s, 600s, you know, the latter half of the volume 1 run as back issues. I don't see as many as we're dipping into these 200s, which is what I really need. They're those kind of Bronze Age Batman books. That's where my hole is as I'm working from 200 to 400, because I have all above, and the 200 to 400 range it's really aside from a handful in the 300s, it's mostly in the low 200s. And I've decided not to go searching for those for the most part on eBay. They're or stuff. They're really books that I'm going to at the cons I'm looking for. So, this was on a book that came on OnlySlabs today, and I said, you know what? I used to have these books. Let me grab this. So here, Masters of the Universe, #1. Now this is the Marvel Star version, so it's not as valuable as the DC one, but still, it's kind of cool. Marvel's Masters of the Universe, #1. Fortunately, you can solve that problem by picking up the DC version. We got ourselves a nice little newsstand. Masters of the Universe #1. This is the mini-series. So this is the first set of stories in DC for Masters of the Universe. Of course, the first appearance is going to be a DC Comics Presents, which I don't have that book yet. Now I'll just have to keep my eye out for that. This is a book, a Bronze Age book that I've just, for some reason, it's been on my radar as a book that I kind of dig it. To me, when I see it, it screams Bronze Age to me. And I've wanted to have this key, not a super valuable key. It's readily available, but I wanted to find it kind of in the wild. Again, one of these books. And that's Champions #1. To find one in a quality cover. And this one is one that I think after it's cleaned up, and I get it pressed, I think it has a chance to get that near mint minus range. So that's going to be cool. At the very least, I'll end up with a VF plus copy, but there's a chance I could end up with a 992. So I'm really excited about that, and the price I paid for it was super great. I think I paid like $20 for this book. So. All right, another book. This one I paid. I paid like No, this one was $20 as well. This is Marvel Presents Guardians of the Galaxy #3. This is the first ongoing stories featuring the Guardians of the Galaxies. Again, another great looking book. Needs a press. But once it gets a press, it's a that 8.5 to 9.2 range all day long. Okay, so now we get into a couple bigger books. These are books I've been tracking as I look for Rob's keys that he's picking up. So here we have Iron Man 55. So this is the first appearance of Drax the Destroyer, first appearance of Thanos, first appearance of Star Fox. And I think there's a first appearance in there too. But anyway, so this is, maybe it's the Blood Brothers, so I don't remember. But anyways, this is a book that's just been on my radar. It's cooling down now and coming down thanks to not only the COVID bubble, but because the Guardians of the Galaxy movies have kind of, it went up really high with all those because so many of the players that are in here. But it's kind of cooled off a little bit. So I was able to pick one of these up. This is a book I picked up. I couldn't tell you exactly because I bundled this with the next book, which I'll tell you combined. I picked them up. I paid $800 for the two of them, plus. Oh wait, no, it was $850 for the two books, and it also included both of those Masters of the Universe books as well. And something else I don't remember, but anyway, so this book, and then Avengers #57, Behold the Vision. So first appearance of Vision, second appearance of Ultron. Another book I've been looking for. This this one here, this is probably in the 5.55 range. This book here is probably 5.5 to 6.5 range, depending upon how it cleans and presses. So, super happy with that. Like I said, I paid $850. Includes these two books, plus the Masters of the Universe books, plus the well, maybe it included the Champions book too. I don't remember. Anyways, it was like 4 extra books. They were all included in there, so that was cool. So those are the big books. All right, and so then I got a couple commissions. So this first one is from Joe Rubenstein. Was there, decided to reach outside of the box. Joe Rubenstein, you see him all the time doing Wolverine and various X-Men stuff, and I thought I'd give him some options, and he chose that he wanted to do Poison Ivy for me. I had Batman Poison Ivy blank, and so this is a cover that this is going to be going to Comics Curing Cancer. I'm donating it. It's it's a simple torso sketch variant with a little bit of color. So there we go. Poison Ivy. Joe Rubenstein. So yeah, that'll become available at Comics Curing Cancer, and then this is one that I'm keeping for myself. This is from Chris Marinan. He previously at a different show did a commission for me of the Green Goblin, so this time I had him do the Hobgoblin. Absolutely great. I wish I had more time. I would have potentially taken this over to Joe Rubenstein, who was sitting there, had a tag up saying that he would color anybody's stuff, and so I could have had him do the coloring, do some coloring on this. Would have been pretty cool. But by itself, it's still phenomenal. I love it. I'm going to put that with my Green Goblin from Chris Marinan. So there you go, guys. That's my haul. Not a huge haul from a number of book standpoint, but a pretty good size haul. I spent a fair amount of money at this show picking up quality keys and not as many books as I've had in the past, and that's primarily because in the past I'm usually also looking for opportunities to pick up books for the giveaway bin, and I didn't grab a ton of those books this go round because I have so many stacked up. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Give me a like button, hit that subscription button. At 1,500, we're going to be doing a big giveaway, giving away a Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 298 and 299. Nothing to shake a, or, well, not too shabby, I don't say. And of course, everything in this channel goes to Comics Curing Cancer, so likes really help us out with ad revenue. Also, if you're so generous as to leave a super thanks sticker, that helps. That 100% goes to Comics Curing Cancer, American Cancer Society. Become a channel member. Appreciate you very much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, what was your favorite of those books? I'm guessing the majority of you are going to come in on either one of the commissions or the Avengers 57 or the Iron Man 55. But I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those He-Man books. Well, maybe. Let me know what you think. Until next time, guys, you collect what you want. Don't listen to anybody, including me. I mean, I'm just a fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.